Hello, my name is Ethan Hirschman, and my presentation is on Booker T. Washington. So, Booker was born on April 5th in 1856 in southwestern Virginia. This was slightly before the Civil War, so he was born into slavery. Booker's mother was a slave who worked on a plantation, and he had never really met his father. At the age of 9, Booker and his family were freed due to the Emancipation Proclamation. His family then moved to West Virginia. During this time, Booker attended school and had already taught himself to read, which is very impressive for both his race and his age. Education. Booker attended Hampton Institute, which is a school established in Virginia. He excelled as a student and worked very hard to receive an education. He had already developed a very close relationship with the president of this school, who later recommended him for a job at Tuskegee University. Booker later accepted this job and became a leader and founder of Tuskegee University. The Atlanta Compromise. The Atlanta Compromise was proposed from Booker to the government, and it stated that black people would get basic education and due process in law, which prevented racial targeting overall and people just being arrested for no apparent reason. However, it also restricted black people from integrating with white people. This was very controversial and opposed by several other civil rights advocates, such as W.E.B. Du Bois. It may have been slightly controversial, however, it was a step in the right direction because it was very rare that African Americans would make progress towards equality. School funding. During this time period, many schools were segregated, and schools claimed to be separate but equal, but this was not true. Many African American schools were severely underfunded compared to the whites and just did not have as many resources. Washington took it upon himself to fix this issue. He befriended several rich white people, and he used these people and convinced them to donate money to schools across the nation. Accolades. For his work and dedication to society, Washington received multiple awards. He was granted an honorary master's degree from Harvard University in 1896. He also received an honorary doctorate from Dartmouth in the year 1901. After his death, in the year 1940, Booker T. Washington was also the first African American to be on a United States postage stamp. As for his death, in the year 1915, Booker T. Washington collapsed in New York City. He was diagnosed with Bright's disease, which is a kidney disease. Knowing that he was nearing his death, Washington requested to die in the city of Tuskegee. He requested to do so because this was the birthplace of his legacy, and that's where he basically spent all his time working hard to develop this big career that he had. So he boarded a train to Tuskegee and died slightly after his arrival. He was later buried at the Tuskegee University grounds, and he died at the age of 59. As for his impact on modern day, during Washington's time, there were very few civil rights advocates, and the few civil rights advocates that there were often argued and didn't see eye to eye with Booker. Booker was very alone and would have to fight against the Jim Crow laws and segregation all by himself. Although he was alone, he still made critical advancements towards education and basic rights for African Americans. Washington inspired many people to rise above stereotypes and fight for the cause. Because of Washington's hard work and bravery, it is easy to label him as an upstander. Thank you very much.